Hello guys, this is your friend ITACHI Fanfic 3.0 and we are back a new fanfic story which is what if Nezuko failed to conquer the sun, allowing Muzan to become immortal. Let's start fanfic without wasting more time. The story of the shinobi world is one defined by conflict, power, and the pursuit of peace. At its core lies the hidden village of Konohagakure, Hidden Leaf, home to Naruto Uzumaki, a hyperactive orphan who carries the burden of the nine-tailed fox demon, Kurama, sealed within him since birth. His childhood was marked by loneliness and ostracization, driving his fierce ambition to become the Hokage, the leader and protector of his village, to earn respect. Naruto's journey truly began with Team 7, led by the elite ninja Kakashi Hatake. His teammates were the brilliant, driven Sasuke Uchiha, the last survivor of his clan, obsessed with gaining power to avenge his family, and the intelligent, secretly strong Sakura Haruno. The foundational struggles of Team 7 established their eternal, complicated bond. Naruto chasing Sasuke, Sakura trying to mediate, and Sasuke chasing power, leading him to defect to the rogue ninja Orochimaru. This power struggle was intensified by the emergence of the terrorist organization, Akatsuki. The Akatsuki's shadow. The Akatsuki, seen in your third image, represented the dark mirror of the shinobi world. Initially formed by Yahiko, Nagato, and Konan in the war-torn Megakure, Hidden Rain, their dream was simple: peace. But after Yahiko's tragic death orchestrated by Hanzo and Konoha's Danzo, their dream was twisted. Nagato, using the name Pain, became the organization's figurehead, manipulated by the enigmatic Obito Uchiha, disguised as Tobi. Their new, horrific goal was the Tailed Beast extraction plan, capturing all 9 immense beasts of chakra, sealing them, and creating a super weapon to inflict such global pain that the world would be forced into a temporary, artificial peace. The Akatsuki membership was a gallery of elite, S-rank criminals, including Itachi Uchiha, the genius who secretly massacred his clan for Konoha, and his partner Kisame, the sword-wielding brute. Their actions drove the primary conflict of Naruto Shippuden, hunting hosts like Naruto. The conflict climaxed when Pain invaded Konoha, destroying the entire village. Naruto, having mastered the Sage Mode, defeated Pain and, through dialogue, convinced a broken Nagato of the error of his ways. In a final, repentant act, Nagato sacrificed his life to resurrect all the Konoha citizens he had killed. This act of redemption transformed Naruto from a village outcast into a true hero, leading directly to the final confrontation. The Fourth Great Shinobi World War, orchestrated by Obito Uchiha to capture the final 2-tailed beasts and execute his ultimate illusionary plan, the Eye of the Moon. The war united the entire shinobi world against the Akatsuki, ultimately leading to Naruto and Sasuke's final battle and the eventual peace that ushered in the next era. In stark contrast to the world of chakra and villages, the Demon Slayer story unfolds in Taisho-era Japan, grounded in blades and spiritual breathing techniques. The narrative centers on Tanjiro Kamado, seen in your second image, a kind-hearted boy who sells charcoal. His peaceful life is shattered when the Demon King, Muzan Kibutsuji, brutally slaughters his entire family. His younger sister, Nezuko, is the sole survivor, but is tragically turned into a demon. Despite her transformation, Nezuko retains a spark of humanity and fiercely protects Tanjiro. This unique bond prompts the Water Hashira, Gyu Tomioka, to spare them both and guide Tanjiro to Sakanji Yurokotake, a former trainer. Tanjiro endures years of agonizing training to learn the water-breathing style. He joins the Demon Slayer Corps, an ancient, secretive organization dedicated to hunting and exterminating demons, who are vulnerable only to Nichiren blades and sunlight. His mission is twofold: avenge his family and find a cure for Nezuko. The forming of the trio. Tanjiro's journey quickly introduces him to his eccentric comrades, forming the core of the new generation. Zenitsu Agatsuma, a perpetual coward and crybaby who is terrified of the mission. Yet, when he is rendered unconscious by fear, he unlocks his terrifying speed and mastery of the thunder-breathing style, executing flawless attacks in his sleep. Inosuke Hashibira, a wild boy raised by boars, wearing a boar's head and possessing an untamed fighting style based on pure instinct and his self-taught beast breathing. He constantly seeks combat to prove he is the strongest. The trio's first major tests establish the gravity of their mission. In the Mount Natagumo arc, they confront one of the 12 Kazuki, Muzan's 12 strongest demons, Rui, pushing Tanjiro to unconsciously tap into his family's ceremonial dance, the Hinokami Kagura, a powerful technique linked to the legendary sun breathing. This battle requires the intervention of the elite Hashira to save them, highlighting the vast power gap. Sacrifices and escalation. The true escalation of the war against Muzan begins with the Mugen Train arc, where the trio teams up with the charismatic flame Hashira, Kyojuro Rengoku. The mission culminates in a tragic clash with Akaza, upper rank 3. Rengoku battles the demon with astonishing power and heroic resolve, but ultimately sacrifices his life to ensure the safety of the civilians and his young comrades. Rengoku's death becomes a powerful source of motivation for Tanjiro. In the subsequent Entertainment District arc, the trio teams up with the flamboyant sound Hashira, Tengen Uzui, to take on Gyutaro and Daki, upper rank 6. This is a major victory for the Demon Slayer Corps, marking the first time in over a century that an upper rank demon is killed. This triumph, however, severely depletes the Corps' strength. The threat intensifies in the Swordsmith Village arc, where Tanjiro, Nezuko, and others face two more upper ranks, Hantengu and Gyoko. During this battle, Nezuko achieves the impossible. She survives exposure to direct sunlight, conquering her demon weakness. This feat makes her the ultimate target for Muzan Kibutsuji, who seeks to devour her to gain this same immunity and achieve true, eternal immortality. The final confrontation is now inevitable. The final part of your requested story brings us back to the shinobi world, focusing on the next generation and the legacy of the previous era, which is built on the hard-won peace from the war against the Akatsuki. The era of peace and new threats. Years later, Naruto Uzumaki, seen in your second image, has achieved his dream, serving as the 7th Hokage of a modern, technologically advanced Konoha. Sasuke Uchiha returned to the village, choosing to protect it from the shadows. Sakura Haruno became the head of the village's medical unit. The main characters of this era, known as the new Team 7, are Boruto Uzumaki, Naruto's son, a talented but rebellious prodigy who feels suffocated by his father's fame and duties as Hokage. He struggles with his immense potential and resentment. Sarada Uchiha, Sasuke and Sakura's daughter, who inherits her father's Sharingan and her mother's strength. She holds the ambition of becoming the future Hokage. Mitsuki, the synthetic son of the rogue ninja Orochimaru, an enigma with powerful abilities and a calm, logical demeanor, programmed to observe and follow Boruto. This new generation faces threats that are far greater than anything the Akatsuki presented. Forces from the Otsutsuki clan, an alien race responsible for planting the chakra trees and creating the tailed beasts millennia ago. The Otsutsuki conflict. The emergence of Momoshiki and Kinshiki Otsutsuki during the Chunin exams challenges the new era of peace. They are seeking the immense power contained within the tailed beasts. Boruto, initially relying on banned technology to cheat, learns a harsh lesson about strength and sacrifice when he fights alongside Naruto and Sasuke to defeat the alien threat. The main struggle shifts to the mystery of the Karma Seal, a mark inherited by Boruto and a new villain, Kawaki, after their encounter with the Otsutsuki. The Karma is revealed to be a compressed backup file of an Otsutsuki, which slowly takes over the host's body and consciousness. The central conflict becomes the struggle against the organization Kara, led by the powerful cyborgs and their leader, Jigen, who is revealed to be a host for the ancient Otsutsuki, Ashiki. The final legacy. The current generation's fight is a race against time to understand and control the alien power that threatens to resurrect the most powerful beings in their world. The story heavily features the adult Team 7 Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura protecting their children and the village from a power level that far surpasses any past enemy. The legacy of the past. The lessons of friendship learned against the Akatsuki, the bond between Naruto and Sasuke forged in rivalry, is crucial to the future. Boruto, trained under Sasuke, learns to respect his father's sacrifices, while Sarada and Mitsuki grow into their roles as the next protectors of the Hidden Leaf. The story is a continuation of the theme of finding peace, this time against cosmic-level threats, showing that the spirit of the shinobi and the bonds of friendship remain the most powerful forces against chaos. The redemption of Nagato and the defeat of Pain were merely the prelude to the war orchestrated by Obito Uchiha, now openly masquerading under the name Madara Uchiha. The entire shinobi world recognized the existential threat posed by Obito's Eye of the Moon plan, a technique designed to trap all of humanity in an eternal, perfect illusion, genjutsu. The leaders of the 5 great nations formed the allied shinobi forces, uniting the 5 cage leaders for the first time in history. The alliance's main objectives were twofold: protect the 2 remaining Jinchuriki, hosts of the tailed beasts, Naruto Uzumaki and Killer Bee, 8 Tails host, and defeat the massive army Obito and his ally, Kabuto Yakushi, had amassed. Kabuto, a former subordinate of Orochimaru, had mastered the forbidden technique Edo Tensei, impure world reincarnation, resurrecting hundreds of dead, powerful ninja. This army of immortal zombies included legendary Kage, former Akatsuki members Itachi, Sasori, Deidara, Kakuzu, and even the legendary Madara Uchiha himself. The war began as an overwhelming defensive struggle for the allied forces. Naruto and Killer Bee eventually escaped their confinement to join the battlefield. Naruto's sheer willpower and growing control over the 9 tails were crucial. The climax of the war's early stage was the fateful reunion of the Uchiha brothers. Itachi Uchiha, resurrected by the Edo Tensei, fought alongside Sasuke Uchiha. Itachi chose to ally with the allied forces to stop the world-ending plan. Together, the brothers defeated Kabuto, forcing him to release the Edo Tensei, which ended the threat posed by the vast zombie army. In his final moments before dissolving, Itachi gave Sasuke the full truth about the Uchiha clan massacre, that he committed the crime on Konoha's orders to prevent a coup and war, and that he did it out of profound, selfless love for his brother and his village. This painful truth finally broke Sasuke free from the curse of hatred that had driven him since childhood, forcing him to confront the complex reality of the shinobi world. Following the grueling victory in the entertainment district, Tanjiro Kamado, Zenitsu, and Inosuke were severely injured and needed extensive recovery time. Tanjiro required a new Nichiren blade and journeyed to the secret swordsmith village. This period of recovery was brutally interrupted by a coordinated assault from the highest echelons of the demon world. Upper rank 4, Hantengu, and upper rank 5, Gyoko. This attack, targeting the source of the demon slayer's weapons, was a desperate measure ordered by Muzan after the loss of upper rank 6. Tanjiro found himself fighting alongside 2 powerful allies: the introverted but genius Mist Hashira, Muichiro Tokido, and the warm, flexible love Hashira, Mitsuri Kanroji. The battle was one of endurance and revelation. Muichiro Tokido endured Gyoko's sadistic attacks, forcing him to unlock a demon slayer mark, a mysterious, patterned mark that grants massive increases in speed, strength, and technique. With this new power, Muichiro single-handedly defeated the upper rank 5. Tanjiro, Nezuko, and Genya, Tsunemi's brother, faced the multifaceted power of Hantengu, a demon whose clones represented different emotions. This battle pushed Tanjiro to constantly utilize his Hinokami Kagura, sun-breathing, straining his body to its absolute limit to find and corner Hantengu's minuscule, true body. The climax of the entire arc, and arguably the series' midpoint, was the revelation at dawn. Tanjiro finally defeated Hantengu